Yes, a test. Internet's been bad for like days. I'm trying to test stuff. That should be better. Apologies for that. Good to hear, good to hear. don't know if resolution is any different for you guys either, or like fluidity or anything like that. I hope so. I'm not sure if it actually carries on your side, but I did somewhat of a resolution change as well, just a little bit, at least for me, so things look a bit smoother, run a bit smoother as well. Can't tell. Okay, cool. And again, all resolutions are the same to me, fair enough. I've just been trying to figure out why OBS dips every so often. I know a lot of people have been having issues with like streaming in general, but like I noticed that it's more of a connection thing for me, and I'm trying to figure that out because I have everything that I need to establish a stable and far connection, and for some reason I will get dropped frames like a lot, and I don't think it's like an encoder overload or anything like that. So I'm trying to see if it's the provider, since it does affect Discord sometimes as well, or if it's something along the lines of what I'm streaming to as well. But like I said, it does affect Discord as well, so I'm trying to figure that out. Because everything technically should be good on my end, so I don't know what's going on. Test is going okay, Claude, as far as I know. Hope you're doing well today. I know it dropped like earlier. But I don't know. It's also been a while since I've even tested this game as well. I say tested, but played this game a little bit, so it's been a little bit. I plan on playing it again whenever the next update comes out. But who knows when that will be. How is Excess? I am testing things. How is Claude? Okay, I guess. Fair enough. Since this is a test stream, anyone want to tell me anything in regards to like what's bothering them? Since I tend to end up getting like random like topics about whatever the heck is going on and stuff. Usually it is not related to subject matter at hand, but since I'm just basically testing my connection and seeing, you know, the game is technically what's in the background, I'm kind of curious at this point in time. Then again, since I'm asking for it, it's probably not gonna happen. It only happens when I don't want it to happen. I guess that's life, right? I have an appointment next week with my GP on some mental issues I'm having. Fair enough. I hope it goes well for you, or at least I hope you figure out some of the issues that's going on. Let's see how long it can stay stable. Also, Conquer, I don't know if you're still here, but if you take a look at my chat on YouTube, I ended up timing out someone. If you can figure out a way to just straight up ban them, that would be great. month. A little over a month. Hello. Glad it's working. Yeah, it's working. I just gotta figure out if it's going to be stable. That's the biggest issue. Stable or Staples went out Office Max. Stable for a month. What are you playing? I'm playing ATLYSS. Sure. You sound very serious. I feel well. Just been trying to test stuff. No, I just sound very, like, I guess, low energy, I suppose. I hope it's not too off-putting. Sometimes I just want things to work properly. And it's kind of aggravating when they don't. Especially when you troubleshoot a lot. Death. Yep. Believe it or not, Chad, I'm actually very straightforward about many things. To the point where sometimes people don't like that. That's something I have noticed as well. I'm not gonna say that I'm a very absolute individual or anything like that. It's just that a lot of times if someone asks me a question, especially in regards to like my opinion or something, I'm usually very like straightforward about it, unless I really have to think about it. But then I'm always asked like a bunch of what if this and this at the same time, basically to contest, which contesting is fine. I feel like people should do that more, because I feel like you really shouldn't always get angry just because it's an opposite thought or a different thought. I think it's more of try to think about why someone would think a certain way or why something would be this way and stuff like that, as opposed to being like, you just want to get on my nerves or something like that, right? Sometimes that's just not the case. Sometimes it's just, I never thought of it that way, you know? And that's like a big thing that I think people don't look into anymore, if at all. my kbps is staying within the 6,000s, which is what I want. Which means now I have to figure out why it drops. This game is still too addicting for me. My net died. Okay, so trying to make sure that that's only a you thing or if that's me as well. Mine dropped from like 6 to 5, but it wasn't like a significant drop. It was a me thing. I dropped OTUFO. The Discord dropped from the Discord. Was in everything I see. Very interesting. I guess since I am like chill mellow at the same time right now, I have to say, you know, I really got antenna for PC, maybe now time to bring the antenna on better. Oh, that's interesting. And that's the thing too, because I remember when you and I were talking, or I guess you and me were talking rather. And I ended up making that purchase for that antenna, so I'm still using that, and that's fine. That's why I'm kind of confused about some of the connection stuff. So I know that my stuff can reach no matter what. Plus we have a dual band router and stuff. So I can choose between like 5 or 2.4 and all that type of stuff. So, you know. So I know that's not the issue. So now I'm just wondering if it is internet provider, which is bad for me because obviously I stream, and streaming is something that I do well, not just to make money. Obviously I focus more on my content, obviously, because if I wanted to actually, like, I'll tell you this, chat, if I actually really wanted to just straight up make money, I would just play games that I know fully well that people would want to watch and play regardless, or sink money into like sponsorships and stuff like that. But in all honesty, obviously I'm trying to make sure that my content is pretty decent enough to where people want to watch it, and stuff like that. Person that I use in Smash, I mainly use Samus nowadays. That's the character that I've wanted to get really decent with. And that's mostly because my motive for doing so, other than having many friends who really love Samus because of Metroid, is to show people that sometimes following a video of someone else isn't always the best way to train yourself. By that I mean, don't be typical for the most part. A lot of people like to do what's called down throw forward air with Samus. Easy to get out of, by the way. And for the longest time I was like, you know what, I never used Samus before. Let me take a look, let me take a crack at it. So one day I was playing and I was getting a feel for the kit and all that type of stuff, and I was like, huh, So this is how she controls in this game. Okay, that's kind of cool. And then I did all the different attacks. And then I was like, huh, why don't people use more of these attacks? Why do people like to use her the most, like mostly as a zoner? She has a lot of good like up close stuff. In fact, her leg attacks are very strong. Why do people not use these very often? And then I had to also remember that well, I actually do use neutral attack a lot and neutral air a lot. And most people are stick flickers, and what I mean by that is, and this is not hate, but stick flicking means that when you're using the right stick, you're using directional. And the attack that you can't do when using stick is neutral. So you have to press an actual dedicated button for neutral. But most people, when they maneuver, obviously, they maneuver with the left hand, and with the right hand, right stick, they utilize the air attacks or tilts and stuff that aren't neutral. Samus has a very strong neutral air, and people sleep on it. And I love that attack. I use neutral air on like every character that I play, especially Simon. Of course, there's a lot of beef with Simon as well, but I'm more proud about the way I use my Samus. But at the same time, I'm not a hugely competitive individual. So like, I'm literally in between like casual and competitive, because I'm not willing to break my fingers and break controllers in order to pull off the sick, nastiest of combos. But at the same time, it's like, you know, it's weird. I only use one type of controller whenever I play Smash anyway. And funnily enough, guys, it's not a GameCube controller. It's close enough to one though. So, but yeah, sometimes I do things because I want to be the change that I want to see. So the way I play my characters in Smash Brothers is literally because sometimes I get tired of people doing the same thing. And sometimes I don't want to follow the same thing that everyone else does. And if I can be successful with it, then I'm pretty happy about it. Have a sense of self, you know what I mean? Have a personality. Pave your own way. You don't have to look up like a, you know, top 12, like 20 combo hits to make your opponent rage quit or something. Just be the best fighter that you can be. Figure things out yourself, you know? That's the way I've always seen it. That's why whenever I used to fight like people in arenas, I could usually tell who were of the people who were in it, to basically be like, hey guys, look at me, look what I can do. Haha, I'm annoying you, aren't I? It's like, yeah, you are. How'd you know? Was that your whole goal? Was your goal to annoy us in an arena that means like pretty much nothing at all? Of course it's annoying us. Why would you do it on purpose? Hello, Ramon Sandal. I'll assume that's Ramon from YouTube. I appreciate it. If not, welcome. But yeah, it's about being the change you want to see. I feel like a lot of people just don't. You have been followed. I'm just testing right now. This is a test stream, guys. Literally, at this point, it's literally a ranting while testing stream. But yeah, that's the way I basically feel about when I play Smash. I love playing Smash Brothers. That's why I used to host 12-hour streams every Saturday, but I stopped doing that because people got a little too big for their britches. So they were like, oh, streamer plays Smash Brothers. It's time to annoy people. I don't think there's anything wrong with showing your skill. That's great. But don't be annoying. Like, you still want to be able to like fight people. Like, my friends say that they like fighting me because I'm fun to fight, which I'm still trying to figure out what that means. But at the same time, my whole goal of the fight is not to like restock my opponent either. I'm always constantly learning. That game's been out for over 8 years or so, I'm pretty sure. And I'm still learning stuff. I love learning new things. So I'm not trying to like 0 to death someone in 10 seconds or anything like that. I'm trying to put things together, pieces to a puzzle, see what my opponent is doing, see how I can counteract that, contest their attacks. I do it all the time. No, I'm not top, like I'm not a top person, but you know, I think I like YouTube better, that's fine. Depends on if you're on mobile or PC. I recommend Twitch if you're on PC. I recommend mobile if you're on YouTube. Not everyone's gonna like both platforms. That's something I had to learn as well. But that's why I multi-stream. I died. So yeah. But you don't have to like put your life on the line for a video game either. That's the thing too. Have fun. Games are supposed to be fun. Games are meant to be fun. Like, don't get too lost into the sauce to thinking that you have to be the top, like, of the world. It's a great feeling. Don't get me wrong. It's fantastic to want to aim for the top. But not if it means you're gonna lose friends over it. What is the main thing that a lot of people tend to say whenever, and I'll use, I guess, League of Legends as an example. What is the main thing that people tend to say about League of Legends? Something along the lines of people are too serious or too like, you know, aggravating about it and stuff like that. This can happen with any video game, obviously. But sometimes I think you end up losing the whole purpose of playing the game, at least with friends, right? If you're playing the game with friends, you shouldn't be sweating it too hard, right? You can easily lose a friendship, believe it or not, over a video game. I've watched that happen multiple times. It's not fun to see. And stuff like that. Just be mindful of that. All games that have multiplayer are obviously going to be competitive. But, like, you know, if you're gonna do something and play with friends, just be mindful. It's not about being sweaty. League looks like a lot of fun. You should try it then. If you think it's fun, go for it. Just remember the words that I've told you. Oh, that's if you want to, obviously. My words don't really mean too much. I'm just only going off of experience of, like, people I've, like, interacted with and stuff like that, with certain games or different games, and how it affected them and stuff like that. So, you know. I tend to talk about my observance on stuff. Or my observations, I guess, is the best way to put that, rather. I tend to observe a lot when I'm doing many things. It's one of the reasons why I'm such a quiet individual. Because I'm always observing things. Always trying to figure out what is happening, why is this happening. Makes this nice streams deep XS. No, it's just that I'm testing stuff. And I didn't want to play anything super heavy. But I wanted to test something. I want to at least test a computer game. So, and I'm testing it at full screen here, so. At the same time, I'm doing this while running, you know, VTube model and all that type of stuff too, so that I can see what's going on and the movements and stuff like that, make sure that stuff's working right and all that type of stuff. Because there's nothing more embarrassing than trying to stream or stream with other people and then, like, your stuff just breaks for no real reason. It's actually kind of embarrassing in a way. 配信はテストです。That was an accident. Yeah, there are many like life lesson things that I could actually talk about or stuff like that. And I could say that life is too short to be super angry about stuff, but at the same time, you really don't want to try to make people angry on purpose as well. I could always talk about things that are my pet peeves and stuff like that, but I mean, does that really matter though? Because even if I say them, people are going to do them. And then when I ban them, they'll be like, why did I get banned? It was just a joke. And it's like, well, you've already heard me say that I don't like it. So why wouldn't I ban you? Right? Common sense stuff. Like, if a person says thing that they do not like, don't do thing that person does not like. It's as simple as that. But if I want to do it for the funnies, then expect them to be angry at you. That's it. There is no contesting that. It's literally that in itself. If someone says that they don't like a thing and then you do the thing, expect them to get angry at you. I'm sure this makes sense, yes? I'd hope so. But yeah, that, my friends, is why I don't play a lot of co-op games. That, my friends, is why I don't play a lot of, like, co-op games on stream as well. Because I know how people get, and I also know that I am going to be the worst on the team no matter what. Is this the games there one character when we slept, then he gone slap our face? Yes, Council, this is indeed ATLYSS. Welcome, I see you. Hope you're doing well today. I'm sure that's probably what you got from this game. Clearly. But yeah, I'm just testing my connection and stuff like that. That's amazing. I can't believe that that's what you get from this though. Crazy. But to each their own, I guess. Like, that only happens. That's like one thing that happens. That's not even something that just happens, right? You have to find that out. But if that's what you get from this game, then I'd say this game's probably not for you. Quite honestly. I find it to be a cute, fun little dungeon crawler game. Type game. Oh yeah, I need to do this. Oop. Gotta be careful with that, actually. But I do know that sometimes the connection can be based on time of day as well. But if it's consistently happening, then it literally could be something on my end legit. Hey, I'm level 25. So, oh. Wait, I need to do this. And I need to switch and do this. Oh, I'm gonna die from fire. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh. Switch. But yeah, with this character I just do I only really do the claws. Just fitting for the character. Okay. Kind of forgot that I had that. Oh. Why would you swirl around me like that? Also, a good way to stun enemies in this game is to literally, like, critical hit them. I don't know how I'm gonna get rid of these guys, actually. Oh. Ow. I like to call them clamshells. Don't know why. Ow. Oh, okay. So that doesn't interrupt them. I guess if I'm in the air, maybe? Or no, I guess they don't really get interrupted at all, do they? That's fine. What? Need that health, thank you. Okay. But I usually use range here. Oh. Oh, this is bad. I would have never thought that the fire would be worse than the poison. Maybe it's not. The fire. Got burned. That's what happens when you play with fire. Oh. Love how I can still see them getting hurt by the floor spikes. Have you ever played World of Warcraft? I have not, actually. Thoughts? My first interaction with World of Warcraft was when I was probably 8 years old, interestingly enough. There was a cousin who played a lot, I think, at the time, so this is ages ago. But I was intrigued by the way it looked at the time. Thought it was really cool. I think I stayed at that desk on that game for like just playing one of their characters for like, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours at a time. Because I used to play a lot of video games at a time. Ooh, you said wow. Oh, we've triggered Capone. Now you guys can have a conversation about World of Warcraft. But yeah, I used to experience some of it a long time ago. And I was sad at the time learning that you could only really play with a subscription of some sort, and I'm surprised that they're still going strong with that. But well, it's not a bad game. So there you go. It's cool. Cinematics always look dope. Yeah, they're great. Like I said, I'm surprised they're still going strong. You're dead. Big schnoz. Oh, now you're saying I need to play it. You're saying I need to play it now. All because I'm playing ATLYSS, I see. I understand. That's how that works, right? Hey, ATLYSS, have you ever considered Call of Duty? No, I have not. You should play it. It's really fun. It's a shooter. People love shooters. I'm not interested. Come on, try it. Shoot. I don't like shoot. Why not? I'm bad at shoot. You'll be fine. So you don't believe me then. This is usually how conversations go with me. Not even a joke, guys. This is usually how conversations go with me. It's always a like convincing situation. Cool. Okay, that's done. Whereas previously where ATLYSS is a good gateway into MMOs. Yes, I know. I'm aware. But Chad is not aware. So. Yes, ATLYSS is a good gateway into MMOs or World of Warcraft as well. That is something that I can admit. Don't mind the way that I usually get that switch. Oh. Maybe I'll do this dungeon. I'll finish this dungeon and do the parkour, I guess. Because I used to love doing the parkour. Actually, I might not be able to do it with this character, so I'll do it with a different one. I don't remember. Maybe I can do it with this one. I just gotta go unlock the area. And again, trying to clear this area, the level 25 character is not easy. But I'm doing it anyway, aren't I? Tell me to play GTA, but it's not for me. Yeah, that too. Well, okay, so that's funny. Games like GTA and Skyrim, these are games that and if we're talking about GTA 5, these are games that constantly get released over time, like each and every other year or so. So you would think, oh, it's like a modern game or something, when in reality it's just been re-released like over and over and over and over and over again. I can understand the appeal. Because I see plenty of streamers of all types playing GTA and stuff like that, or you know, Apex and all the other, like I said, competitive games and stuff like that. Apex streams are fun to listen to for me. That's just because I'm usually listening to people like in Japanese, because you know, it's a different outlook for me. But yeah, I'm not really a shoot person, personally. But yeah, GTA. I could never stream GTA. Like, I used to play GTA on like PlayStation 2 back in the day, but even then, the only thing I really did was put on like infinite ammo cheat codes and make cars fly cheat codes, and that's about it. And use a tank. Those are the things that I did in GTA. That was my fun for that. I never really completed missions. I just wanted to screw around and blow up cars. That was it. So, but obviously GTA is more than that. That's just something that I was into when I was doing that. Hello, AJ. Welcome to see you. How you doing today? I hope your stream went well, by the way. I know I was lurking for a bit, obviously. Hope Sonic was fun. I'm just testing my connection because I'm tired of it being bad. And I want to figure out why it's bad. And somehow I ended up playing ATLYSS and doing an AMA, which I'm okay with. It's fine. I'm low energy and all that right now anyway, so it's fine. Not in like a bad way. I'm not like in a bad mood or anything like that. Just, you know, it was fun. Saw you on YouTube, so I'm on Twitch. Yeah, that's usually how that goes. That's the thing, guys. With multi-streaming, you will learn that multi-streaming is good because people tend to get noticed on different platforms. It's why you will see people like streaming on 3 different platforms. Because if you find someone on TikTok, how will they know? Like, that's how you would get them to Twitch or whatever. Like, if you just stream to one platform, they're not gonna know that you were even there because they found you on TikTok, right? It's like, oh, I didn't know you streamed. I'm usually on TikTok, but I'll go to your Twitch or something like that, you know? Networking, well, it's not really networking, but it's, you know, broadcasting yourself out there and to get them to your main, like, area, I guess. I don't see anything wrong with it. Unless, you know, you're someone like me who does not want to deal with babysitting because I'd rather not, you know? People act as if rules don't exist when it comes to platforms and stuff. And it's pretty rampant on TikTok. Double daily hospitals? For real. Well, considering that I streamed twice, that's how that works, right? Unless something broke, I don't know. I'm not sure. But yeah, as much like sure, I like to grow my channels and stuff. It's fine, but like not at the, you have to also understand what you're getting yourself into when you do that. Here's something I want to talk about. I get it. You want to grow your numbers, obviously. You want to become more well known. You want to put yourself out there. Now think of it like this. Think about what types of like viewers you are attracting, right? And whether or not you accept them within your community, and whether or not it's going to aggravate other members as well, right? Because a lot of people tend to be proud of their community, right? I think for the most part, I'm pretty proud of my community. But like, obviously there can be some bad apples. But like, with the way that I am, with how like authoritative I tend to be, and somewhat no nonsense I am for the most part, obviously I'm putting myself out there in such a way where I'm not trying to attract, like, I'm not a super like silly like waka waka type individual. So like, and I don't play like a lot of games that would probably target those who are like under 18, obviously. So I don't do that. So when I get questions like, hey Excess, will you ever play Minecraft, Roblox? I'm like, I assume you're a kid because kids tend to play Roblox and Minecraft, especially Roblox. And I've never had interest in Roblox, and I couldn't really get into Minecraft. So when I hear stuff like that, I'm like, well, I know where this is going, but that's not something I'm really into and stuff like that. So be mindful of who you attract, what you're doing and stuff like that, because you may get unwanted attention and you can't control that, believe it or not. So sometimes being small is a good thing. But I'd rather have a small, respectful community than a large, like, community that does nothing but spam memes and confuse everybody to heck and back. Like, yeah, usually us VTubers, we just want to make sure that people are having an at least decently good day, or a better day than before you press the, you know, watch button, right? Like, no one likes to be sad all the time and stuff like that. So if we can get a chuckle out of you, or if something is a little entertaining, or you just like to listen, that's fine too. But what we don't want to do is babysit. I'd be like, you know, hey Excess, say this word. I'll give you, and me and my friends will follow you if you say this word. It's like, it's not worth it. Like, no, don't do that. That's bad. Why would you do that? Try play peekaboo. Stop. What are you talking about? Council. Don't know what you're saying. Don't understand what you mean by that. But yeah, that's a thing. And like, no, I don't think you should do that. Usually you can tell if you're on YouTube, you can usually tell like, oh, all right, they seem cool. What do they usually stream or play? And you can just tell by what they're into. So if you see someone who's playing FPS all the time, more than likely, you know, they're into FPS and not like, I don't know, Five Nights at Freddy's or Roblox or Minecraft. And it's a quick search too. You can just look at all the different videos on their channel and see if they're if they play that or stream that. And on Twitch, you can usually look at the categories that they are usually on, or like at least the recent ones that they have been doing, like just chatting and Dead by Daylight and all that type of stuff as well. Yeah, sometimes it's sad, but I do get rid of people occasionally because they don't fit the vibe well, and it's usually because they're too young or bad memes like slurs. Exactly. I don't know why people find slurs to be funny. I can understand like not knowing every slur that exists, because obviously you only live in one part of the world, right? But if people are making a big deal about like certain words being bad, it does not give you the right to start saying them. Like, that's not how it's not reverse psychology, guys. Like, if the words are bad, don't say them. Straight up, don't say them. It's bad. Don't do it. Like, straight up, don't do it. If no one else is gonna tell you, let me be the one to tell you. Those words are bad. Don't say them. Like, even if you joke about it in my chat, I will probably ban you. Especially since I just said don't say them. So, don't do it. That's the name of games on Steam and only 72 cents. What is it about though? If Janai. Your desire is to cause butthurt. It is not. Your desire, however, is usually the case. My desire is not. I know that yours is. And yes, I know chat, you guys can't see each other. Usually I have both chats on stream. I don't have any chats on stream, but I am talking to both YouTube and Twitch right now. So what I should be doing is reading out the name and what's being said so that it makes more sense. So, whoops. Well, I'm not fighting you very well, am I? Let me think about this critically. Since it's only one of you here. But I do see the chat. You just don't see each other. For obvious reasons. Get out of here. Okay. Oh, there's more. Okay. Well, this is gonna be difficult. Okay. Yeah, English language is hundreds of thousands of words. You can avoid the bad like 6 easily. Exactly. But see, it's funny though. That's the thing. Word be funny. Surely I won't get banned for it. It'll just be funny. But yeah, Capone said, if your desire is to cause butthurt, how much of a loser, a low IQ muppet are you to fling a slur? It's about sending a message, right? Council. It's about some man played online gambling and lost everything. Just try it's. Why would I be interested in gamble game? But yeah, nah. Like, Like, plus adults don't want to be dealing too much with children for obvious reasons. For obvious reasons. The internet does not have to know your age. Sleep well, Ramon. Buenas noches. It's story games? I see. But okay, so council, riddle me this. If you've seen my channel before and you've seen my content before, do you think I'd actually be interested in that, or is it just that you're not really interested in what I'm doing? That's a genuine question, because that's something that needs to be established. Like, I'm not gonna play Barbie Horse Adventure. I'm not gonna play what's it called? What's that game called? Hogwarts Legacy. I'm not gonna play Hello Kitty Island Adventure. Like, you know, like, think about the things that I play. If you guys know me, right? Think about the games that I play, what I'd be interested in. Instead of going, well, ATLYSS is a streamer that I do like watching. However, it'd be really cool if they played Call of Duty Shoot 'em In. Like, look, if I have to play Call of Duty, you're not gonna like it. I promise you that you're not gonna like it, and I will make sure that you not like it, because I know that I don't like it. Like, people have to understand, you have to establish things, you know? Like, not everyone plays shoot. Not everyone is into warfare. Not everyone is into tank game. That's how that goes. Not everyone is into your favorite food, or your favorite game, or your favorite topics. But that's why we create the groups that we do, or we join the groups that we do, because we are interested in said thing, and they are also interested in said thing. So you join that group to talk about said thing, and then you may make friends that way as well. Networking, that's how it works, right? Why spend time converting like someone into something that they may not like, when you can literally join a group that's dedicated to the thing that you may like? That's something you can think about as well. I feel like people don't think about that enough either. You know? Like, a lot of times in the early days when I first started streaming, I used to search up, at least after stream, I would search up games that I liked playing as a kid, and I would see, oh, who's playing this right now? Or just, it would be randomly on my feed. I go, oh, hey, someone's playing this, but they're playing in Japanese. So I'll sit and watch the stream and they're playing the game. And I'm just like, huh, that's interesting. But I'll just sit there and watch, because obviously, one, I don't speak Japanese well enough, and two, I'm not a backseater. So a good example for me for this is Mario 3. Super Mario 3 is a very old game. Very, very old game. I have Apple. You still have Apple. You have gained Apple once again, Claude. Eat the apple, Claude. Because I do not have a pen, so I cannot give you an Apple pen. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, I do not have the bolígrafo. Lo siento. But yeah, I don't know. Don't make fetch happen in that regard. Oh no, wrong button. It's bad. And stuff like that. By the way, everyone loves ATLYSS. Well, I would assume that if you do watch my content and you're a regular, that you do like something about me, right? I at least hope so. Because I'm not really a fan of hate watching. You know what I mean? I can't get around hate watching, because that means I'm spending too much time watching someone that I don't like watching, and that's just not healthy. 2 into Z. Okay. Oh no. 4. I got shot. Yeah, I'm not gonna clear this room, am I? This is what I mean when I say it's kind of hard to clear this on level 25. Because level 25 is basically, it might as well be base. It's not, but it's like, I think it's 20 to 25 actually, but it's still kind of difficult. And yes, there are ads on Twitch. Like I said, this is just a test connection situation. I'm not really doing anything extravagant, but you know. But yeah, but also just because friends don't like mesh well with certain games doesn't mean that they can't be friends. Like, don't misconstrue that either. Whenever I send, well, I'll talk about that after the ad break. I should be able to remember that. But yeah, this room's kind of difficult. What? Because I am not doing the right thing. Wow, and I died to the floor. I need to stay in the middle and just block a lot. Cast the spell, switch to my other set, press 2. Or is it 3? Press 2, and then wail. Chip damage and stuff. Maybe. Oh. 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 But always be mindful. Like, keep an open mind, be mindful of what's going on wherever you go. Don't always say the first thing that comes to your mind, because it may be confusing for the streamer and the regulars within the chat as well. There's different cultures and stuff like that as well, you know? This is the world, you know? We stream to literally everyone. Once I press that button, I'm broadcasting to anyone that clicks on the video, you know? Regardless of where they are. So, which is very scary to think about at first, I guess. I'm used to it by now, though. Like, whether I have 5 people, 10 people, 20 people, or 500 people, my mindset isn't going to change per se. The only time my mindset changes is if someone invites me to a thing, because then I feel like, you know, obviously I feel like a fish out of water. And so obviously I don't want the other person's chat to be put off by me, and I would hope that my chat wouldn't put off theirs as well. That's my only real fear. So it's not about me, really, at that point. It's about whether or not the communities can mesh well, or at least enjoy the program that's being, you know, sent. So I don't have like quote unquote performance anxiety or anything like that. If I wanted to, I could deliver a lecture to you for an hour and not be scared, right? I think when I was in school, when I was in high school, maybe middle school, but I'd say high school, I used to be a little like scared to do that. But I learned very early on that in some classes it was the longer you take to get up in front of the class to say your thing, the more difficult I'm going to make it for you, right? The longer that you take to get up in front of the class to present your project, the more difficult I'm going to make this for you. So when I heard that, I was like maybe the second or third person to jump up for like some of that stuff, to go ahead and get it out of the way. Because at the end of the day, everyone is there to present their project. They're going to be nervous as well. Ah, yes. Bot's my favorite. Thank you, Saribot. You are a lifesaver. But, what was the story I was going to say? I'm trying to think now. I said I'd remember it, but in all honesty, I'm full of like, you know, life stories and stuff, to be completely honest with you. Oh. Oh no. But yeah, just getting up in front of people to say a thing. You need to say the thing, and the people there are there to listen. So just do it. More than likely, if you're super nervous though, it means that you feel like you are like, let's say that you're a class clown, right? And suddenly you are now in the midst of like people like big names, you know, and they meet up with you and then you are to present something with someone, you're probably going to be afraid to do it just because you're used to being playful and playing around and stuff, but you don't think that your humor is going to land very well, right? It's kind of like that. However, if you're always like mindful of where you are and what you're doing, that's going to be second nature to you anyway. So whenever I watch like different people in streams and stuff, I'm fine. I'm usually like, I don't just say stuff, you know what I mean? Or the least anyone could really do is just say hello, right? Just say hello. Just say hello. You don't have to say, hey guys, did you know that such and such is going on in the world right now? That's a funny first message, but I hope you enjoy my stuff. You know what I mean? Like, just say hello. Or it's like, oh cool, I love this game. Or, oh, it was really hard for me to get into this game. Is it good? Or something like that. You know, something of the subject matter at least. Otherwise, just say hello. Or don't really say anything and just watch the program as if it's actual television. Lurkers are welcome. I know that there's this weird thing with the algorithm lately where it's like viewers aren't really counted as viewers if they don't say anything, which is very odd. You're trying to make sure that you're not a bot, which I guess is fine, but at the same time, some people don't want to talk, you know? Some people don't want to actually chat and stuff like that. This place is really tough. I'm gonna be stuck here forever. Frames are still good too, from what I can see. Funny how spur of the moment things become yap sessions. I feel like it's something that I need to do anyway, actually. I feel like everyone should do it at some point because they say that sometimes you bottle things up, right? And that you just don't share things with people. And then you end up exploding at some point. And you have like a mental breakdown maybe. Because sometimes mental breakdowns are caused by pent up things as well. And anxiety obviously as well. But anxiety sometimes comes from having thoughts and not like talking with other people about stuff, or at least close friends about certain things that you have concerns about, right? Usually you're like, you fear something, you're afraid that something's happening or that something bad is happening, but you need to talk to somebody about it, but you can't or you don't. So then later on you learn like from a friend, oh hey, I've been dealing with this thing for about 3 months now, I just didn't say anything about it. And then I'm just like, why didn't you tell me sooner? Why am I hearing about this 3 months later? Do you think I won't be able to help? Were you afraid to tell me? What's going on, right? And why are you telling me now if that's the case? Type of situation. Epic Legends quest. Hello, welcome, nice to see you. I'm doing well today. I'm just testing my internet at the moment. So as I'm testing, I'm just playing ATLYSS and yapping for the most part. Hope your day's going well. Cool, sup chat. Epic Legend Quest says hello. Yeah, I don't have chat like on screen because testing the game and stuff. Or testing it and stuff. So it's not my usual setup. It's just game full screen, which I never do. And my model, obviously. Oh, it went down. I see it's going down now. It's acting weird. Yeah, it's lagging a little. Yeah. Because my kbps just dropped. That's what I've been trying to figure out. So I don't understand why it's happening. And it happens temporarily sometimes, but other times it lasts for a while. So maybe it's not me. Maybe it is just my ISP. Yeah, it's tough. I always tweak my OBS just a little. Right? I think that's what it is. Unless there's like a specific encoder that I need to use or something. Bit rates. Yeah. So, or use ultra low. So I always use ultra low. Ultra low is definitely the thing that I use. Bit rates wise, I'm not entirely sure what I should be aiming for because I do multi-stream. I multi-stream to both Red House and Purple House, YouTube and Twitch. And I know they both have different bitrate numbers. Mine fluctuates. I keep mine at 6,000. But I think one says to use 8,000 and the other says to use 10,000. And I'm like, why are those so high, first of all? Right. And wouldn't you think the higher the bitrate, the more it's gonna do to the, you know, to your OBS as well, right? Or to the encoder at least? Maybe I need to talk to more people about it to understand what's actually going on. Because a lot of people tend to have issues with their OBS because of stuff like that as well. Okay. At least we're in a more open area. I never understood it much, I just play with it. Yeah, see, exactly. It's weird. Just when I think I have it, then I'll check and go, is something wrong with the ISP, or did I do something, or was there like an update to like Windows or to OBS or whatever? I use less than that. I do 720. 720 for bitrate? Like 720 kbps? That's scary. Wow. Yeah, I think I used to always do 3,000 or 4,000, but I brought it up to 6,000 just to meet like the middle. Well, not the middle, but like, you know. Oh, 720p. Okay, yeah, 720p is fine. I do 1080, 60. I'd love to do like a little higher, but you know, I use 5,000 bitrate for 720. Okay, interesting. And do you only stream to one side, or like just YouTube, or Twitch as well, or to anywhere else as well? Because obviously multi-streaming can also make it stutter as well sometimes. Let's see. Okay. But just YouTube? Okay. Yeah. I remember I used to have the issue even when I was only streaming to YouTube at the time, because I think it was a year ago or so, where I was only streaming to YouTube. And someone suggested, hey, you should multi-stream to get noticed more and stuff. And I was like, you know what, you're right. Of course, I was on an older computer back then as well. Oh no. But I'd like to think that my quality has gone up. I just have to figure out like the situation, because like for now it's staying in between 5,000, 6,000. Then sometimes it'll drop, but then when it drops, it will rise up very quickly to try to offset it, but it will be in the red until it's back to normal, right? So very confusing. I don't know how most people do it. Feels good. I appreciate it. Well, but I was having some issues earlier today before this testing stream. Like my internet was not cooperating well at all. I kept tweaking like my settings, or at least my wireless settings and stuff too. Because yes, I'm not wired to the like router. I'm wireless or Wi-Fi or whatever. Blah. But it's always been that way, so. Well. Okay. No, I need to get the other one. Get rid of the other one. Ah! Darn it. Man, Detroit become human. Okay. Clamshell. Love this game though. Oh, speaking of, not sponsored by the way. I think there's a sale going on right now, and this game is half off. So it should be like $5, I think, or so. Well, I mean, USD anyway. So this game is half off, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, there's a sale going on Steam, I believe. Starting today, I think? Or yesterday, maybe? Might have been yesterday. I don't remember. Maybe I'll take a look and see if there's anything on there that I would like based on my tastes. I mean, October is coming up, so I'm not very much into horror per se, but I've tried chill art games before, just for the heck of it. Like, horror isn't really a thrill for me. Hi, ATLYSS. Sorry I couldn't make it to your last stream. Just been stuck on a job that I hate. It is understandable, Chunky. Well, when I see you all the same, I'm just testing my connection. You don't have to apologize. The VODs are always here. Hope you have a fun time playing ATLYSS. Yeah, it's fine. It's just my connection testing game for the most part. But I appreciate it. I appreciate it all the same. Whoa. Whoa. Do not feel obligated to catch every stream, guys. That's what VODs are for. Unless I private a VOD. Because the last one I did private because the internet breaking was killing me. It's one of the reasons why I ended the stream early, actually. Because I usually stream for 4 hours at a time. Well, okay. So, let's do that. What's this? Install. Heal. Whale. Oh, oh. Stop it. 2. Set. Okay. No. Okay. Just 1. No. Gotta stun them sometimes. Alright. So I mostly do might and dexterity. Mostly dexterity, well obviously because I'm using the guitars, but also because critical hits. I want as many criticals as possible because it stuns the enemy. That is a tabard. Mostly keep like clothing for the look of it. Once I have the stats that I need, so sometimes I'll wear lower level clothing just for it, or just because of it. Like level 14 or level what? Sometimes level 8 as well, but I'm not gonna wear the tabard anyway. But yeah, so I've also I just realized since it's almost October, that means I'm coming up to, I want to say my 3-year anniversary on my streaming, so YouTube, I guess. Like from my first streaming video, even if it was just me testing out a stream, funnily enough, it was in October. So I've been streaming for almost 3 years now, interestingly enough. Doesn't feel like it, but it's kind of cool, I guess. Don't know if I'll do anything super special because I'm really bad at planning special occasion stuff. I'm just a talk and play game streamer for the most part because I'm just that bad at other stuff. But time really does fly, and I'm super happy that I've been able to reach people like on both platforms. I wish I could do more. Like, I need to learn to do more. I wish I could actually do more, if that makes any sense. If you enjoy my content, don't be afraid to like and subscribe or follow me on Twitch. I'd really appreciate it. But yeah, I'm not your ultra wacky, like ultra energetic streamer, but I'm also not like a downer or anything either, or at least I try not to be. I do like to go devil's advocate on a lot of issues a lot of times, just so that there's like a better understanding about stuff. I don't like to actually argue with people, but I do like looking at different aspects of things. Not everything is politics. Not everything is, you know, about topical thing, you know what I mean? So just because someone disagrees with someone doesn't mean that it's gonna be political or anything like that. You can easily make things into a political thing, which I don't advise doing, by the way, but like it's definitely aggravating when it does happen. Cause I hate politics. I despise politics. But anything can be political now, so it's very sad, actually. And it's a tough topic to even talk about anyway, considering that I do have viewers from all over the world. Like my main focus usually, but oh, hello Jazu, welcome, nice to see you. How are we doing well today? Hi. Lamau. Hi. Very lewd of you, how dare you. But I hope you're doing well. What was I gonna say? I don't remember. Oh no. I guess you stun locked me, maybe. Do this, switch, do this, do this, and this. Okay, that's something. Do this, switch, two. Oh, okay. Oh no. One, switch. Yep, two. And I'm gonna die, yep. I'm okay, sorry for the sudden distraction. No, you're good. It's okay, I'm just testing my connection anyway. One thing leads to another, you know? Testing streams are good, chatting streams as well, it seems. It also makes it where I guess I can vent as well. Oh, that's what I was talking about. Like, I'm learning Japanese, so like, but I'm also apparently attracting people, like Japanese viewers as well somehow. I like how they're stuck over there. So like, I'm doing my best to try to learn as much as I can, and the best way to do so at this point in time is to actually like listen to native speakers, which I'm lucky to be able to actually watch some and still be able to at least chat in their like chats and stuff a little bit, because I'd like to think that I have a high enough maturity to where I can go into a stream and not, you know, skibbity it, right? That was never my thing. So like, obviously, oh no, I need stamina. Because, you know, reading the room and being mindful of where you are and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I've just been. So sometimes I think, well, obviously cultures are different. Some things are gonna be lost on other people and stuff like that. It's kind of like whenever your parents visit like their friends or something, but you end up obviously going with them because you're a child and their friends have children, and you wonder if the kids are actually going to get along or not, but at the same time you don't want your child to show out. Well, show out is a term that we use, or is what like what my family uses, but act a fool, I guess, is a better way of saying it. Like, you don't want to act out of turn in a weird way that like you don't want to be screaming and yelling in a grocery store, basically, because it's embarrassing, right? And so I feel like when you learn a new language or a different language, you're also molding a different personality, and I'm sure you'll hear this from a lot of different people. So like, especially when it comes to like either learning Japanese or learning English and stuff like that, you can kind of hear the difference, or Spanish even, you can hear the difference in the way that the people carry themselves based on the language that they speak at the time. So you're basically becoming a different persona at the same time. And this is also because with that language comes like cultural differences, how things are said and stuff like that. Obviously when I'm speaking in English, I'm very like low toned, kind of down to earth. and stuff like that, but like my Japanese is, even though it's very low and rough, it's like probably, it's a little bit more perky, just a little bit, not much though. Like I'm just like, そうですね、このゲームは楽しい、でも、とても、楽しいと面白い、でも、めんどくさいな or something like that, right? When I speak in other languages, I'm very shy and mumble a lot. Yeah, exactly. Because you're less sure about yourself at that point. So you're kind of like a child learning stuff all over again. So your personality ends up being a little different. So you might be more bolder in English, but you may be shyer in a different language. Stuff like that. Because you feel like you don't want to mess up. For the most part. And you obviously want them to understand you. So imagine my surprise whenever people are able to talk to me or contact me in Japanese a little bit, or at least understand me a little bit, whether it be in Japanese or in English, if they had history with English, and stuff like that. I was very bad with Spanish, but when I went to Spain, the people thought I was very baby. Yeah, and that's the thing about Spanish though. There are so many different places that speak Spanish and different types of Spanish as well. So Spanish is different from a lot of other Spanish, whereas people like to say Latam Spanish. But even like Mexican Spanish is different from Puerto Rican Spanish, and you have Portuguese as well and stuff like that. So like there's just so many different types of Spanish. Yeah, you went to Spain Spanish, yeah. What is this, 7 a.m. for me stream? What? Yeah, I'm testing my internet connection. Hello, Ike. I'm just testing my internet connection at the moment. That's all this is, really. It just turned into like an ask me anything type of situation at the same time while I test it. That's all. Nothing too big or anything like that. They call me Blanco and Nino a lot. Yeah, I can see why. I can definitely see why. I don't know if they meant that in a bad way or not, but I can definitely see why. I hope it's not bad anyway, but yeah, I get it. I hope you didn't take too much offense to it though. I only know a tiny bit of Spanish. Nah, it was all good when older lady said they wanted to take me home. Oh, I've heard stories about stuff like that too, yeah. It's very interesting. You guys are so bulky, what the heck? Wait, I gotta switch to, oh shoot, okay. Well, okay, well, I know what I need to do. I've been stuck in this area for a little bit. I thought this should be the boss though, which is, I'm definitely going to struggle with, but that is okay. I already went up one level, so. I learned a little bit of Spanish in middle school, but like, that stuck more than the Spanish that I learned in high school. That's also because my Spanish teacher couldn't teach Spanish. Not that she couldn't speak Spanish, she just couldn't teach it, if that made any sense. So we were given a lot of like standardized worksheets and stuff, and that's about it. And maybe vocabulary, but not really like how to use this sentence and, you know, what to say at this point in time and stuff like that. So, which I guess is the hard part about learning a language. Usually people are like, oh yes, you can learn this language in like 3 or 4 months. And then it's like you're learning vocabulary, obviously, because you do need to know vocabulary in order to speak the language. But you still need to know how to use the words. And like conjugate them and stuff like that. But a lot of times it's not as easy as you think it is. And then you get off the plane and you notice that people are speaking wildly differently from what you learned. And then you start panicking. So But then again, written language versus like spoken language is different as well. In Sweden, I'm lucky I only need to say ish and tech, hi and thank you. Oh, 85% of Swedish people have good level of English. See, that's the thing too. I always find that people in the country always talk fast. Yeah, exactly. I always feel like the English language is the slowest spoken language, but that might just be because English is my native language. Because when you hear a lot of syllables together that you're not used to, then everything sounds like a long sentence, right? So it's understandable. Well, in this case, it's not understandable, but it's understandable why you would think that, or why it would feel that way. Oh, I died. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna get too far on this one. I cannot even see the button. That's what I get for changing resolutions, I guess. Okay. I don't even really need to beat the boss, but we're gonna try to anyway. Just need to activate this. Do this. Press 4. Switch. Oh, I need to switch to this one anyway because I think you are weak to fire. But yeah, I know that people make videos saying like you can learn this in a short amount of time, but in reality that's not the case at all. I don't know why they lie about. I mean, obviously sometimes it can be a scam. Obviously they're trying to get your money for like lessons and stuff, but it's clearly gonna take more than 3 months to actually like become like natively speaking a language, right? Like even if you desperately want to learn quickly, that's just not how it works, right? It's an overtime thing. Oh, hello. What? Okay. This is gonna be very tough. Oh. Ah. Oh, what the heck? No. Who's my why? Ah, no. Funnily enough, I don't even know if I set that up here. Hold on. Give me a second. Let me, you know what? Hold on. I got this. That's what I get for testing things without shutting other things off. Hold on a second. I got this. I do need to hydrate and stuff though, but give me a second. Hello, Ina. Wow, everyone's here. And this is what wow, this is scary. Hello, Ina. Hello, Guzma. Hold on. I need to grab the thing. Let me think. What is it called? It's this. Add existing. And it should be... No, that's not it. Where is it? Cancel that. Add. What is it called? You know what? Hold on, I can do this. Give me 1 second. Press this button. And then grab this, copy, go back, and then press this. Let's see what you guys have said as I was trying to get that situated. What was wrong with the internet? It fluctuates a lot. It likes to dip into the red a lot and then pop back up. Because I keep my kbps in like 6,000 or so, but it likes to drop a lot. Also, thanks for lurking, Guzma. Hold on a sec. Okay, so that works. Anyway, but let me drink water as well, because since you did redeem that. Okay. Now, what was I talking about? But yeah, language learning is not going to be a quick thing. As much as you want it to be, it's not going to be quick at all. In fact, you'd be lucky if things even stick. And I'm very lucky that certain things do stick. I need to memorize phrases more. I learned a lot of Japanese through VTuber streams, funnily enough. Like, before I even became one myself. So, that's how I learned certain, like, slang and stuff. That's how I learned yabai. That's how I learned, like, sa being, like, lamau. And stuff like that. You'd be surprised at how influential VTubers actually can be. Or any streamers, really, obviously. Every streamer is an influencer. Or content creator, obviously. So. But yeah, basically, how me making some Japanese friends started was me going in Japanese, trying to piece together what I could, going, hey, I like your model and I like your voice, or something like that. And I said that in Japanese, basically. And that apparently put me on their radar. And we talk occasionally, so that's kind of cool. And they're learning English and I'm learning Japanese, and then that's where networking happens, because then you start looking at some of their videos and stuff, and you look at like who they talk to and interact with and collab with and stuff, and then you like go, well, I like their content, and if the answer is yes, then you actually look at their stuff too, and then over time it just becomes a web of different people and just you saying hello in the target language, right? And then learning from there. Oh no, okay. But yeah, I have a lot to learn, and I'm not giving up, obviously. It feels really nice to be able to read certain things on menus, like on game menus and stuff. I like that a lot, because Japanese is more than just, it's not like picking up, like, say you know English, it's not like just picking up Spanish or French or Italian, like Germanic languages that use the same alphabet for the most part. You're learning like Japanese or Korean or Cyrillic or something like that, which is a whole different alphabet. So being able to read that is obviously a plus. I'm not gonna be able to beat the boss because I'm not doing any damage to these guys. The boss isn't really the issue. Come over here. Nope. I had that with Deadlig in the Highlands last time when I could pick out words on info signs in a museum. That is really cool. Huh. Huh. But yeah, language learning is like, it's like a puzzle too. It always feels like a win whenever you're able to like communicate with someone in a different language. Oh. Ah. What do you mean 99 damage? 2. No. that's 3 too. There we go. Do that. Okay. That's gonna help me out a lot. Do that. Do this. Okay. Get you back down to half health at least. Blah. Blah. Ooh. Okay. 2. It's done. Okay. So that's what I need to do on them then. That. Block. Okay. Alright. 1. Do this. Every little bit counts. Heal. Okay. 3. 4. Z. Okay. Oh, well, alright. Got blasted. It's not easy at level 25. But that is okay. I hope you guys slept well though. If you guys slept, because you know, obviously it's late for me, but it's morning for you guys. Oh, more than likely. Oh. I thought about privating this video, but you know what? I don't need to. It became a pretty decent AMA type video, so I'm okay with it. Whoa. Whoa. Plus, I feel like I had some nice things to say, or some interesting things to say anyway. Oh. Oh. Okay. Good old Valdur. Okay. Fuck. It's done. Woo. Oh. Woo. Okay. Not the asparagus. Not asparagus. Brussels sprouts. Totally different. Okay. Got shot again. Ah. Okay. Well. I know I can do this, but obviously it's not going to be easy. The tools I have are good enough. I just got to utilize them properly. 2. Block. Like I have everything I need to lower defense and all that type of stuff. So I should be okay. Ah! Just have to be mindful of when I get hit. Woo! Okay. Do this. Do that. Okay. I think the getting shot thing is always going to be what kills me. As I try to focus on them. But yeah, going back to the whole language thing, if I'm attracting other people from other places too, right, then obviously it's a different culture, but then I wonder if they're going to be turned off by any other shenanigans and stuff. Like, I can watch other people's streams and just be like, okay, they're kind of cool, this is what they do, you know. But when you start like getting different people from all over the world, from different cultures, sometimes things can get confusing, right? I like to think of it like, when it comes to English streamers, English speaking, a lot of times viewers and streamers are more sarcastic with stuff. Like sometimes more trolly, more sarcastic, right? It's like, you know, hey ATLYSS, I see you're playing what's a good game? I see you're playing Mario Deluxe. Does that mean you'll end up playing Mario is Missing or something like that? Obviously Mario is Missing is notoriously known for being a not great game or not fun game. And stuff like that, right? But take like a different language, or like, I'll just use Japanese for an example only because, you know, I do watch a lot of Japanese streams. A lot of times the way that viewers and streamers are is that they're usually more on about the topic and like more about the wholesomeness and stuff for the most part, from what I understand. Usually. So from what I basically see is obviously the viewers and like Japanese viewers cheer on the streamer, whereas a lot of English speakers like to watch the streamer suffer. Does that make more sense? That's just something that I notice from time to time from different like stuff. But you know, cultural differences, you know. Depends on the streamer, yeah, exactly. Wow. Oh, saw that. Ah. But yeah, that's something I noticed. Sometimes people can't help themselves with being a little memey, you know. We're back getting on desktop, sure. Why? What? Ah, I could have had that too. I let go of the shield button a little too quickly. It dropped a little bit. Okay. This. But yeah, I managed to meet like some people who can sing and draw really well, some people who can make music really well, like, and it's all from me taking a little bit of time to learn a little bit of Japanese and being like, hey, I think you're really cool, I guess. So a little bit goes a long way. Wow. Oh. Then again, a lot of like random things just happen in general. For example, I met Ricky on a whim, literally on a whim. My story with meeting Ricky is, at my previous job, I was working a shift that I was working a shift that I don't normally work, like a time that I didn't normally work. So like I normally would work like second shift or third shift, but I had to work first shift that particular day of that particular week. I checked on my phone, I tuned in, and I saw Ricky, and Ricky was playing Pokemon oh my god. Ricky was playing Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky, I think. And so I tuned into that and just watched for a bit, and he seemed really cool. So I was listening to that while I was doing my work, and you know, I said hello in the stream or whatever, or in the chat or whatever, stuff like that. He said some jokes. I commented a little bit. This was when I was only like saying stuff on YouTube. This was before I even did stuff on Twitch at all, really. So I found them on YouTube. I found Ricky on YouTube. Obviously he was multi-streaming, but I found him on YouTube. Or discovered him on YouTube, rather. And somehow, at one point, I was streaming something, and then he managed to just show up in one of my chats on YouTube. And I was surprised by that. apparently his story is he was like, oh hey, that's a cute picture, it's a cute model, and that's how we, you know, became mutuals, I guess, for the most part. And then over time, as he's doing streams and stuff, because I was explaining, like, he was asking me if I was ever going to stay as a PNG, because I was a PNG at the time. I was using the, you know, the furry fox model. And at one point he was like, well, if you ever decide to look into like live 2D or something like that, I have someone you may, you know, would like to look into or something like that. I was like, really? Is that so, right? And he was like, yeah, I don't know how I would send you the info or anything like that, but yeah, I could let you know. And then my first message to Ricky on Discord was just hi. That's it. It was just hi. And ever since then we just stayed in contact. So then that's how I met Moon, that's how I met Guzma, like that's how I met a lot of you guys, literally through like Ricky, funnily enough. So that's how I met a lot of, it was through Ricky that I met a lot of like Nederlands folk, even though Ricky's not Nederlands, but he, you know, obviously speaks with a lot of Nederlands folk. So that's how I learned about you guys. So networking does go a long way. On a whim too, that's the thing. So sometimes it just helps to be a decent person, you know. I'm super grateful for the people that I've actually come across, you know, because I wouldn't be what I am now or who I am at this point in time without meeting the friends and folks that I have. Also, very important information, Ricky has a great laugh. Oh, true. Ricky has a very nice laugh. A very, very contagious laugh. I love his laugh. That is true. I agree. That may have reeled me in as well. That's right. I saw him as very jovial. He has a very jovial laugh. So, and very welcoming. It's a shame that a lot of us end up getting some like weird chatters from time to time, just wanting to be very odd to like bring the mood down a bit and not be able to read the room and stuff like that. But yeah, nah. Otherwise, Ricky's really funny. Like literally last night I was having a big sad and listening to Ricky's stream got me laughing again. Exactly. Like, I love that. Yeah, I think everyone gets those. Yeah, exactly. Exactly my point. So, that's how it goes. Here I am being a small little streamer, somehow talking to these bigger streamers who will give me the light of day. When they didn't have to. They don't have to, right? But sometimes it's more than just numbers, right? And that's what I like. They see me as more than just numbers, and I see them as more than just numbers. I see them as really cool people, right? I see you guys as really cool people. That's the important part. The only time you don't really get those is if you are so big that chat just zooms past and no one notices. Yeah. I don't think I'll ever get that big. See you as cool folks too. Yeah. I appreciate that. But I don't think I'll ever get that big because my niche is very small as well. Granted, considering like one of my biggest videos was a 12-second video. Speaking of on a whim, literally an auto dub is what drew me to Russian viewers somehow. That video was auto dubbed to 22 different languages. Oh, my kbps is dying now. It's coming back. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know why it does that. I don't know why it dips down to 0. It's so weird. But yeah, that video was it was auto dubbed, broadcasted to like 22 different languages, even though I turned auto dub off, or at least I thought I did, and it somehow intrigued Russian viewers the most. So that is my second most viewed video on my channel, period, and I am very confused. But if they're nice people and they're cool people, I'm not gonna be upset. So, if they're interested in my stuff, that's cool. If they understand English at all, that's cool. I'm learning a little bit of Russian at the moment, and the only thing I can like actually say is like "Привет," and that's about it. Because I'm still trying to learn how to read it as well. It's actually pretty interesting, I must admit. I did tell myself I wanted to learn Cyrillic at some point, but now's the time to do so, I guess. Oh. Yeah, and da and yet. Oh, I haven't learned yet, but I did learn da, yeah. Da and stis, which is like here. So it's like Привет, я здесь, or something like that. It's like, I am here, welcome, I am here, or something like that, or hello, I am here, or something like that. I don't know. But that's gonna take me a while for sure. But apparently, it's as simple as sometimes people just like to hear you say something in their language. I'm pretty sure that's one of the comments actually said. They're like, we're waiting for a hello from you. It's like, oh, that's interesting. So that's cool. So now I have like, I mean, I already knew that I was attracting a lot of like Spanish speakers too, but I think that had more to do with the time zone that I kept streaming in at the time, because I kept streaming at like 12 a.m. 1 a.m. my time back when I was at my other job. So maybe that was the reason, and that was the thing as well. And while I'm not quite Russian, I also know Slava Ukrainian. Yeah. I would like to learn a little bit of Ukrainian as well, obviously. I feel like no matter what part of the world you're from, there is what's called good people, obviously, and people with good intentions, and that, you know, they obviously don't want to, they just want to have a good time. They just want to live a nice life, just like you would want to. And I feel like you shouldn't really rob anyone of that, especially as a streamer. So why not? Oh. Why? So I was very surprised when I woke up one day and saw that that was happening. Oh shoot. That's why I had to post about it in my Discord. I was like, guys, this just happened and I'm confused. Because that is something that just never happens to me. Usually I only gain people when I'm live. And that was the time where the video was just like, yeah, this is in my feed and it's interesting enough to where I'll subscribe to them or follow them or whatever. And I'm like, okay, all right, 12-second video, let's go, I guess. That reminds me of like art stuff, where like you could spend 5 to 8 hours on a masterpiece, or you think it's a masterpiece, and you get maybe 5 likes or something like that, and no comments, and then you do some like quick sketch and you get like thousands of views on it. You know what I mean? Yeah, it hit really close for me. I've had oh, that. Yeah, that too, yeah. Oh. So it's just weird how the world works, guys. Internet, please. The whole point was to figure out why you're doing this. I don't think I'm overloading the system or anything. I'm not doing anything different. Why? Why? Okay. Ow. Also, yes, there is an ad break on Twitch at the moment. I apologize. I am an indie though. I'm not corporate. Or I'm not part of a company, rather. Oh. Okay. Oh no. Okay. I might. Oh! Okay. I was gonna say I might be able to do it, but I just needed a little bit more health. So that's a better thing to do. Just basically stand in the middle, let them come to me. Bring back out the barb or the thorns or what have you. The caltrops, if you will. And if I can get them gone, I'll be fine. Wow. This, that, this. Nope. Oh, why'd you switch so quickly? There. Oh. I mean, I'm fine with you switching, but like... Okay. Oh no. Bad. Heal. Okay. Done. Oh. No. Oh no. Now I can't heal. Get away from me. Come here. Heal. Oh. This. No! Dang, I should have blocked. Okay. I will do this. Even though the whole point of this stream was to test my connection, I will do this. Believe you me, I will do this. Oof. Oh. Ow. Oh, got me killed. Darn you, Brussels sprouts. I was never a fan of Brussels sprouts, actually. Okay. This. Oh. Do this, do that, do this. Fuck. You might just be getting egregious ping spikes, but I want to get rid of those. That's aggravating. That means that they're spontaneous, and I don't need that. I need to figure out the problem. That's bad. Oh. Oh no. Okay. Block. Do morning stuff. Get coffee. Fair enough. Oh, don't let me stop you. What? This. That. You. No, you blocked my healing. How dare you? That. This. Oh. No. Do. Stop that. Okay. Fuck. if you're just holding shield. I got really lucky there. Okay. No. Fuck. Oh. Okay. Okay, that's one. Don't want to squander this. So just switch weapons. Leave me alone. Ah. Okay. Oh. Alright, so 2 into 3. Switch. Into 2. And then do this. Let's follow. See. He's so angry. Oh no! There we go. I almost squandered that for sure. That took way too long. Alright, cool. What is this? Something that I can't wear? Yep, something that I can't wear. Anyway, I have plenty of that. Well, this will definitely be a fun stream to go back to. In terms of like just things that I talk about. But yeah, no matter how big or small you may be as a streamer, you can definitely make connections in the smallest of ways. So just keep that in mind. I'm surprised I am where I am right now, to be honest. I'm not huge, but I guess I'm not the tiniest either, right? It's not like I do a lot of collabs or anything, even though that may actually change, funnily enough. Let's see. Doesn't grow. Alright, let's see if I can find that other place that I want to go to before I end off stream. But yeah, if it's just temporary spikes, then I might be able to deal with that. I'm not entirely sure, but if it's more than that, then I definitely still need to figure out what's going on there. I still love the improvements of this place. Not that way. This way, I think. Oh. Yeah, this is the way. Follow the torches, I guess. Those guys. This way. Gate of the moon. The moon gate, if you will. That is a funny thing about English, actually. Like, something something versus something of something. They mean the same thing. But sometimes we just do the other. Like, The Legend of Zelda is still Zelda's legend. You know what I mean? Gate of the Moon is still Moon Gate. Language is interesting. That takes me to that way, and that place is closed. I think it is this way. Oh. Like, Call of Duty is still Duty Call. It just sounds weird, but it's literally the same thing. Something of something is something something. Wall of the Stars. Star wall. Right? Hello, my friend. Open over. Can't wait until this place gets more expanded or something like that. It'd be kind of cool. I do remember when this was first introduced and I loved it. I just want this place to get more randomized now. That would make me super happy. Love how much control this game has, though. Hoping FedEx finally delivers my flippy drive today. Oh, you're getting a flippy drive? The only other person I ever heard talk about the flippy drive was Lappin. Huh. Nice. Tell me how it goes. I'm interested, actually. I don't really need to get one per se. I know it'd be very nice to have, but like, I thought about it at one point, but like, I'm gonna deal with what I have until it stops working, I think, you know? I have a lot of core memories around that GameCube. Yeah, exactly. I've only ever had one GameCube, so. Yeah. I understand. Ah, it's daytime now. Which means the music is going to be bumping. Hmm. This is so chill. I love this. It's so therapeutic for me. That's the only thing I don't like, not catching the rope properly. But that's just a me issue. No! It's fine. Shadows are everything. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Obviously, this is the easiest class to do this with, but like at the same time, it's just really fun. I don't like this area. Okay. Or at least I didn't for a while. Oh. It's like the worst jump here. Oh, I forgot I was. My mouse had gotten out of the game for a second. Okay. Epic carrot. Okay, this place is really cool. That's why I want it to be randomized, because I got this memorized. Okay. Internet down again? Yeah, it keeps going up and down like I told you, yeah. Oh, hey, AJ. What? What's wrong? What happened? What happened? It died for like 10-ish seconds? Oh. Now I'm really wondering what's up then. Wait. I do need to sell something though. Magic defense. Interesting. Okay. Let's sell the bill. Quest. Grab. Complete. And purple bunny ears, because why not? Well, even though I was testing this, thanks for stopping by, guys. We even briefly got the streamer disconnected screen. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, I don't know how to fix that. I need to figure that out. That's something I need to understand. But for the most part, this is okay. It's better than what it was before. But I'll have to keep doing some testing. Incessant complaining to your ISP as a start. Yeah, I might have to do that. I'll ask my dad about anything first, and then I'll just take it myself. I'll be like, hey, I've been getting spikes like literally every so often, and this sucks. Take care, Fluffy Fox. So I really appreciate it. Oh, I just pressed my buttons on accident. Why would you put on the sun hat as I'm about to leave? Hatte. But at any rate, I guess mite kurete arigato, kite kurete arigato. Thank you for watching, thank you for listening, even though this was a, just a test. But, yeah. Legitimately though, I think the next time I will stream is going to be on Thursday. I think I'll do a Ratathon actually for Thursday. Because I was going to do that last week, but then I ended up playing, Pastel Parade. But I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Be well, of course. And, as far as YouTube goes, I'm Kina Vira, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Mata ne.